Hello, my name is Sydney Marsh, and thank you for coming to my book talk. I am pretty excited to discuss this book with y'all. So today we are going to be discussing a book from the fiction genre. It is called the Because of Winn-Dixie book. Its author and illustrator is both Kate DiCamillo. As you can tell, it's going to be about a dog, so I'm really excited about that. For its illustrations, though, there are none that are actually in the book. They are just the cover of the book, and they look realistic. I think that she used the watercolor paint instead of just the acrylic, just because of the way it fades and you can tell everything. But let's discuss what happens in the book and things like that. So what happens is about this little girl who moves to Florida, and she's got a lot going on in life. It's a confusing time. Her and her father moved there, and her father's a preacher, and her name is Opal. And what happens is she doesn't know a lot about her mother. She's losing friends. It's that time in life where everything's confusing. But she ends up going to this store called Winn-Dixie. Some of you may know what that store is, and some of you may not know what it is. But it's just like a little grocery store. When she goes into the store, this stray dog follows her in. The store manager was going to throw it out because, if it's not a service animal, most dogs aren't allowed in, especially strays, just because of the germs and things like that. So he's going to throw it out, but Opal decided to keep it. So she brings it home, and she was telling her dad, so you always tell us to help those who are less fortunate than us. She told him that she kept the dog and named him Winn-Dixie, which is coincidental because that's where she found him, and it's really cute how she came up with the name. Along with that, her father decides to tell her about her mother and some things about her mother that she doesn't know. And with that, she learns to forgive her mother for the things that happened and the things that went on. And it's pretty interesting. And then along with that, she has met friends. So she meets the local librarian, Miss Franny Block, who she learns that they fought off a bear with a copy of War and Peace. And then she meets another friend called Gloria. Gloria is blind, but she uses her heart to be able to see and understand things and love things, and looks through her heart, not her eyes. And then she meets a person named Otis, who is an ex-con, but he lets his animals out of his shop at night, and then he uses his guitar to call them back in, which I think is kind of cool, but a little strange at the same time. But it is what it is. But through all this, Opal learns that it's okay to grow up. It's okay that things are confusing, and she learns to let go a little and learns to make friends and forgive things and everything. So with this book, I would use it for a English class. I would have a literature circle so that all of my kids would be reading the exact same book. So we'd do a book study on it, like most book clubs do. With it, I would probably do predictions. I would explain to them at the beginning, it's about a girl who's going to be moving to Florida with her dad. Why do you think they're moving? What do you think is going to happen? And then, talk about how through each step of the phase, what do you think she's learning from this? What's the main purpose of the story? What is the main idea of this chapter? For that, and then with, I would choose to do ELL students with this, just because I feel like they would have a connection with moving somewhere new. So I would allow them to read this and see how they could compare how they moved to a new place, if they have moved to a new place, and how it's different, how they have some similarities of making new friends, do they not, what's the same, what's different, and things like that. It's a really good book. Even if you didn't do it just for a small group, if you did it for a whole class, that would work as well, just because it is a good book. It is a very well-known book. It has won many awards. It is a very well-known book. It's the number one selling book as well. It's just awesome. You learn so much from it. You learn to forgive people. You learn to go through hardships and learn how to overcome those hardships and learn to make new friends and be in new places and do things outside of your comfort zone. And it would just be a great way to have your kids look at things through other people's eyes. But thank you for joining my book talk today, and hope to see you again.